good morning, sports fans. We begin our look at sports right here on the same grounds as our amazing television studios at BronxNet, and that's Lehman College. The Lehman Lightning men's soccer team are your 2022 CUNYAC champions, bound for the NCAA Division III tournament. Lehman posted a 3-1 triumph over Baruch College in the CUNYAC final at Queens College. The result qualifies the Lightning for their first NCAA tourney since 2017. Check out these highlights from the championship game. Lehman, sporting a 10-4-2 record, opened the scoring in the 4th minute for the 1-0 advantage. The Lightning made it 2-0 in the 39th minute mark with another tally after the Bearcats were left with 10 players following the ejection of midfielder Jonah Corney. The defending CUNYAC champs cut into the lead in the 86th minute to make it 2-1. However, a minute later, the Lightning sealed the conference title and a trip to the NCAA with another score. Congrats to the Lehman Lightning. We'll stick with huge wins this morning and turn our attention to the National Football League. The New York Jets overcame a very slow start, a double-digit deficit, and a bizarre Skycam delay to deliver their biggest win in 7 years, a 2017 upset of the Buffalo Bills at MetLife Stadium. The Jets continued their improbable season with a dominating performance on defense. I still cannot believe this result, folks. 5 sacks and 2 interceptions by the Jets. Add in a bounce-back game by quarterback Zach Wilson and talk about providing a loud statement to the haters out there. 1 year after finishing 4-13, the Jets are now tied with the Miami Dolphins for second place in the AFC East, only a half game behind the Bills, a team that I was thinking has Super Bowl written all over them. We go inside the locker room for more with the Jets.
We was in a cover 2 concept, to my side, and the receiver got outside of me, and they had a running back that sat in front of me, running back or a receiver, I don't know. And I felt like I had a feel for Josh Allen and the throws he liked to make. So, I just was taking away the throw to the running back, and I was trying to time it up to make the play in the hole shot. Man, I was just looking at Gabe. I was looking at his eyes, and I ain't see no signs of the ball being thrown short. So I couldn't believe it. I just kept seeing his eyes do that. I'm like, oh man, he launched that ball for sure. So I just had to, stay calm and don't panic. He was trying to push off a little bit, but I just stayed poised and I made a play when it was needed.
Not the same old Jets indeed. Gang Green went off as 10.5-point underdogs in this one, making them the biggest home underdogs with a winning record since 2007. They fell behind 14-3 on 2 touchdown runs by Bills quarterback Josh Allen. The game was also stopped for 11 minutes because of a broken cable on CBS's Skycam, which caused it to sink close to the field. It didn't matter. The Jets found a way down the stretch to pull this one out. Big-time win for the Jets. Well, the Jets didn't pull out this memorable AFC Championship from Pittsburgh back in 2011, but it's still one of the greatest games our BronxNet cameras have ever captured. And it's the focus of our Turn Back the Clock segment this morning. Time for us to go in our time machine for a look back at the last time the Jets were serious contenders for the Super Bowl. Check this out.
With the terrible towel swirling, the Steelers raced down to a 7-0 lead on a 1-yard score by Rashard Mendenhall.
As a group, we have to come together collectively, to be one unit. And first half, we just came out flat. We came out flat. They jumped on the momentum, and they rode the momentum through the whole first half.
Fatigued, the Jets D would surrender 2 more scores and a field goal in the second quarter, including a questionable fumble recovery by Steelers cornerback William Gay, which he returned 19 yards for a 24-0 lead with 1:13 remaining before half.
I'm just happy for our team. I'm just happy for these fans, man, for the city of Pittsburgh, man. I just want to thank God, man, for allowing us to be in this position. Nobody thought we was going to win. Nobody thought we was going to be in this position. God is good.
Harris, a Steeler legend and one of the great backs in NFL history, was impressed by Mendenhall's 121 yards rushing and the overall effort of the black and yellow.
It just feels good going to the Super Bowl again, to have that feeling, be on that stage, to be part of this, and once again, for a tough game, this is the Steelers. We fight to the end, and we have a culture and history here that's quite remarkable.
The Jets showed their mettle to start the third quarter as Mark Sanchez connected with former Steeler wideout and Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes for a 45-yard strike. The Jets had a chance to close the gap to 24-17 late in the fourth, but failed to score from inside the one, with LaDainian Tomlinson coming up short on a 4th and 1 with 7:44 left.
Hurts anytime you lose, especially when you get that close to your ultimate goal. And I'm proud of the way our guys fought in the second half, offensively and defensively. We just started slow, and it's really too bad because we have a great group, a really good group.
The Steelers got a big boost from Harris and Bronx native Willie Colon, who, although on injured reserve, provided a lift in the pregame mantra.
You guys back in the Super Bowl, how does it feel?
It was awesome. I mean, it was a collective effort. The trials that this line went through and the team overall, man, it's just perseverance is right here in this locker room.
The Steelers, who have won 3 AFC titles in 6 years, are now heading to Dallas for Super Bowl 45, where they'll meet Green Bay on February 6th. The Jets head home, hoping for another shot at the Super Bowl next season.
From a crushing football loss to a crushing football win for one of the locals. On the college football gridiron, Fordham football remains among the elite, notching another victory. The Rams used 2 long runs to pull out a 59-17 Patriot League win over Bucknell University, as in long scoring runs, as Fordham closed out the first half with 24 unanswered points and then scored the final 21 points of the game for the W. With the win, Fordham improves to 7-2 overall, 3-1 in the Patriot League. What a team performance. The offense scoring 7 touchdowns, the defense 1, and special teams giving the offense excellent field position in this one. Senior quarterback Tim DeMorat completes 31 of 49 passes for 346 yards and 5 touchdowns, with 12 of those receptions going to senior wide receiver Fotis Kokosoulias for 132 yards and 2 scores. Here's more with the Fordham Rams.
Great to get a win, especially on the road, league win. I thought we were sloppy at times, didn't execute on either side of the ball for a stretch there, but kind of came together at the end. Special teams were fantastic, and found a way to get the job done. We had a good week of practice. I felt like we were prepared. It's kind of been par for the course in every game this year. We tend to not wake up until we get scored on. So no difference this week. And, but we had a good second quarter, good fourth quarter. So fortunately it was enough.
We shift gears to the NBA hardwood, where the Brooklyn Nets continue to deal with the fallout of anti-Semitic comments made by star Kyrie Irving. We caught up with Kevin Durant for his take on playing through controversy.
It was a unique experience for sure, but a lot of guys been through different things in this league before, and a lot of guys been through some adversity in this league off the court, and having to lock back in and focus solely on the game. I think that we all get, a little bit of solace in doing that and just playing a game of basketball, being that camaraderie, that fellowship with your teammates. I think that was able to get us through. And there's going to be more peaks and valleys throughout the season, but this is probably going to be the toughest thing we deal with as a group. But to know that we can get through this and continue to stick together, I think that's important.
Not going to be easy for Brooklyn to navigate this noise Kyrie and the team have created for itself. I could see this derailing any championship hopes for the Brooklyn Nets. And after all, it's all about championships when it comes to the world of sports. With that said, we close this sports roundup with a champion of NASCAR, 2-time champion. Joey Logano won his second NASCAR championship with a victory in the winner-take-all finale at Phoenix Raceway, a win that gave Penske the Cup title and IndyCar title in the same season for the first time in 31 attempts. It was the 4th win of the season for Logano. Here's Logano on the title.
We had a good car, and I told the guys after we put it on the pin the other day, I said, well, we got them down, now we put our foot on them, right? And that's the attitude you got to have, right? It's just what it is when it comes to this level. Your feelings are checked at the door, and then it's all about winning and nothing less than that. And so when you get this far, I said it all week. We weren't satisfied with being in the championship 4. There's nothing to celebrate for us. We've been here before. We know what it feels like to lose. And it's the worst feeling in the world, if I'm being honest. And winning is the best feeling in the world. So it's great to be able to accomplish it.
Those are the headlines. We hit the C list for a closer look at the Brooklyn Nets' troubles between the lines. The soap opera around the Brooklyn Nets has some set of plot twists of late. Kyrie Irving was tweeting and now has been suspended for 5 games and dropped by Nike with his endorsements. Steve Nash has stepped away as head coach, and his replacement could be the guy the Boston Celtics just suspended for the season due to a situation surrounding an improper relationship with a team staff member. In the midst of all of that, the Nets start 3-6 despite KD playing like an MVP. The Nets' defense has been dreadful this season, and perhaps the most overlooked narrative so far, the woeful play of Ben Simmons. Now, I get that he has a bum knee, but he just doesn't look like a guy that is going to rebound to be the third star that this team needs. Simmons is averaging 6.2 points per game on 44.1% shooting, with all of his points coming in the paint or from the free throw line. That's just bad, man. He has a career-low 12.7 usage rate. The Nets have moved him largely off of the basketball. Defensively, he's not even close to being the same player. With Kyrie causing a rift and Simmons nowhere to be found, it's hard to see this team seriously contending unless something changes soon and fast. Share your thoughts with me on socials at The Voice Bobby C. That's your look at sports. More open. Back after this.